Oh. Oh. Hello. Yeah. Let's move it out of the way. Hey, all posted. Nice. Let's go to my Twitch. Go to my Kick and change the names. I don't know what the edit mode's doing on Kick. It doesn't do anything when I click it. Alright, let's go to my channel instead. Hey, moderate. How do I... Kick? Share... Is there an edit? No. There's a report. I can report myself. Brilliant. Am I logged in? Yeah. Create a dashboard. Edit. Edit mode doesn't do anything. Studio? VODs? No. Edit stream info. There we go. Cool. Now they all share the same name. Oh, where's my camera? Can you hear me? There you go. Hello. My beard's grown a little bit more. My hair's like all... Yeah. There you go. Why is my glasses so dirty? I've got a little cleaning rag over here. No. What was it? Wait, what? Why did that feel warm? What the radio was on? I cannot read that purple person's name right now. So I'm cleaning my glasses real quick. I'm exhausted. My sleep has not been great, but I'm wondering if it's because I've not eaten very much. I finally got myself to eat a sandwich. Sandwich? What did I eat earlier? Oh, yeah, I ate a meal deal. Sandwich and some of the, you know, like the Freak Raiders, which is like little sausages. It tastes better than sausages, in my opinion. That's a bit better. Still looking a mess, I see. Thank you. Right. I am a mess right now. I am post-surgery. They're chicken, though. I think they're different, right? I think the blue packet's pork, the yellow packet's chicken. I think there's one more packet. Thank you for the follow, Artie. Deals away with price. Well, it goes with the meal deal, so instead of getting a packet of crisps, there's a lot extra protein. So, I mean... And right now, one big recommendation after surgery is get loads of protein. Yeah, I feel exhausted. Oh, no excuse. I mean, I do need a shave, to be fair. Thank you, Nyandang. Or was that just Handang? Or Nandang for following. I'm probably going to get spam, because I think what happens is it piles up all the follows, and then for some reason just puts them all in at the start of the stream. So we're like, all the follows on our stream. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where I stand now on doing more of this scene. We've got some assets in here now that aren't fully mine. For example, the plants. These are obviously paintings that I didn't do myself. The frames are really easy. Just a thinner version of that frame. But to be fair, it's not like I painted that one before either. The fruit is mega scans. This is, again, the plant is not mine. And the kitchen's my friend Dom's. What I'm up to these days is recovering from surgery from 10 days ago. I had my tonsils removed. Other than that, I'm out of work at the moment. So I'm kind of just like monging around. I did go to Japan for a month. I assume you've seen that in chat at some point. There's a little bit of cheating going on here. Like, for example, this rug texture is obviously not mine because I didn't draw a Victorian rug. But I did make the bumpiness to it. To make it look like really, thingy. Yeah, sort of Japanese stuff. Yeah, I've actually applied for jobs in Japan now because I was like, if they have any foreigner jobs, like they hire people who only speak English, don't need to speak Japanese, because they want foreigners, English-speaking foreigners, to work at a 3D art company, why not? So I applied for some of those. Obviously, they have to give me a visa as well. I can't just apply for ones that don't offer a visa. I do want to talk about my taste, though. So I just called up I called up 3 different numbers. I called up the hospital, and she said she's never heard of anyone losing their taste after a tonsillectomy. So I also want to clarify, right? So if you type in taste lost after tonsillectomy, there are articles on it. When exposed to tonsils for removal, the lingual branch of the, not going to read that word, may become exposed, and thus it's possible to take disruption. It causes disruption in taste. There are a bunch of articles on it, but it's said to be really, really rare. Like, really rare. Yeah, if you go to Reddit, there's tons of people saying that they've lost taste after tonsillectomy. I think it's, like, less rare than they're making out. I think it's just that people aren't reporting that they've lost taste and they're just waiting for it to recover. And I think that's why it's coming up as rare. If anything, it's uncommon, but I wouldn't call it rare, from what I'm reading on Reddit anyway. But, like, I can't taste sweetness very much at all. Like, I have 3 different drinks here, right? I've got Powerade, I've got an energy drink. These have been here for a bit. Like, I've not brought more upstairs now. And I've got some cold coffee, because I brought it up here about 20 minutes ago. And, like, the coffee's got 2 sugars in it. I can't taste the sugars. It tastes like coffee-flavored water. The Powerade, it tastes like Powerade, but again, it tastes like watered-down Powerade. Oh, I've been drinking tons of water. My God. Tons of water. And then the energy drink, which is obviously known for usually being sugary. To be fair, Raw is more known for being fruity than sugary, which is kind of why I like it. Well, I can taste the raspberry and blueberry. But again, it's like the sweetness has been removed from it. I will point out, it hurts every time I swallow. I'm just ignoring it. Whether it told you I'd pop in at some point, did it? Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to describe. I had a cream egg, like Cadbury's cream egg, about 6 days ago. About 6 days ago, and it just tasted like nothing. I couldn't taste any of it. The first day I came back, I made myself a meal, because the first day I came back, I actually wasn't in that much pain. When it messaged me the other day, he misses me. I missed him a lot. Oh, a lot. Also, sorry, not a lot. Let me see. What's the dinner I made? I made this, and I was really confused because this was like the first day. This is literally the day, same day. Wait, I went into the hospital at 7 in the morning, had surgery about 12, woke up about 1, and then I had to stay till 5:30. So I think I made this when I got home. I couldn't taste it. I put all the effort into seasoning everything, making the noodles all nice flavored, like all this different seasoning and soy sauce and oyster sauce and honey and garlic granules and pepper and all this stuff, green onions, seaweed. I didn't make the chicken. That was just like from a box. And when I was eating it, I was just like why can't I taste any of this? And I thought it's because I didn't season it enough, and I was really confused. No, it's just because I'd lost sense of taste. Tell you what, Steve, I'm having a lot of fun these days trying to get your company going. I didn't even know you had a company. Oh my god, that's cool. But yeah, sense of taste. And I'm a food person, so it's very upsetting to worry that I might not be able to taste sweetness ever again. Now, it's only 10 days past the operation, but when I called them up on the phone, the first people said that they hadn't heard of it. They put me through to another number. Well, told me to ring another number. I had to go find it myself. Called that number, and she was like, yeah. And she said she was going to go ask a doctor. Unfortunately, there was no doctors available. Bet your mum thought it was full of seasoning. Well, I made this with just myself. My mum doesn't like food like this. She thinks to her, it's got too much flavor. I mean, my parents are the kind of people who eat just potatoes and stuff like that. Like, what did my dad have? My dad, like, put something on his potatoes, and my mum was like, you're not going to taste the potatoes. And I was like, you can't taste potatoes anyway. Potatoes aren't known for having a strong taste. That's why you have most meals putting tons of stuff with your potatoes. Like, they're not super flavorful food. Of self-employed work and get a very small team together for a small company focusing on game assets and 3D printing. Okay, yeah. Oh, you know what? I think I heard about the 3D printing. I think Modern may have brought up. Oh, yeah. No. You know what? I remember adding pepper to something for my parents, and they said it was too spicy, like the meal. Oh, it's quite spicy. I was like, it's just pepper, guys. We will literally have, because they say to me, it's like, no, you just don't, like, you don't think spicy food's spicy. I was like, no. I was like, you guys think mild food is spicy. No, we don't. I was like, guys, the box literally says mild on it. Like, they'll make a meal, the box will say mild or the sauce will say mild, and they'll go, oh, it's really spicy. I'm like, it says mild. I would say I think along the lines of what they're labeled. If I pick up a sauce that says medium, it tastes like a medium amount of spice. If it says hot, it tastes hot. Don't get me wrong, you got some things that say hot on it, and it doesn't taste hot at all, but you know, if it's a trusted brand and it says hot, it's usually hot. Mild doesn't taste very spicy. My parents find everything spicy, especially my dad. But yeah, I just can't taste. It's very sad. See, I don't know if I want to do my own thing with the kitchen now. Oh yeah, look, I put this up on the wall. I went for the wall over there. I've been trying to figure out how to change near clipping. And I saw this saying, near clip plane, which is what I searched online. But changing that doesn't do anything. Unless there's like a apply button underneath it. Yeah, I don't know. Small electric closer. Well, changing the value doesn't do anything. Yeah, I was just writing random numbers in. Smaller usually means, yeah, you can get closer. But it's not doing anything. Maybe it's editor preference? Is Unreal free for this type of work? Unreal's technically free for any educational purposes, because I'm not selling this. If you want to sell it, it's free up to a certain degree anyway. You pay a percentage of your earnings rather than having to pay for the software. Tuning in for the first time. Hello, featured creatures. How's it going? I'm just complaining about symptoms from my post-surgery. Tonsillectomy. I had my tonsils removed. Yeah, I really don't know what I want to do. Good long weekend. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Easter, Good Friday all the way up to Easter Monday. Yeah, I think it went well. I've basically just been saying about how I've had a loss of taste. The pain's been pretty garbage some days. But like, oh yeah, I'm listening to Spotify. I usually listen to it on websites. You guys won't hear it because I'm listening to copyrighted music, but I listen to it on my web browser because it's ad block. But I was using the app just then, so I had an ad come up. There you go. Yeah, so yeah, the pain was pretty bad. I'll actually talk about the pain. So for the first 3 days, I wasn't in that much pain at all. Like, it hurt to swallow and stuff. It hurts to swallow now, but not that much. First 3 days, I had to swallow and stuff, but it wasn't too bad. When I was in hospital, she asked me what pain I was in after I'd woken up and everything, and I was like a 2. I was like, it doesn't really hurt that much at all. And then came the 4th and 5th day, the pain increased quite drastically. I probably went to like a 6, maybe a 5 or 6. Maybe I'd say 5 on pain. And I was like, man, this really sucks. And it was like a soreness in my throat and all this. And I kind of stopped eating a little bit as well. Wait, what did I miss on Raiden? I can't afford to pay anyone at the moment. Oh, right. What about my picture so I can... right. And then it came to like the 7th. So I'm on the 10th day now. The 7th and 8th day, if not maybe the 6th, it kind of started on. It was so bad. Like, it was a different type of pain, I like to say. But for me, that type of pain was maybe a 7, 8. I don't think I reached a 10. Maybe I did when or maybe I reached a 9 when I would swallow tablets. I was bought dissolvable tablets instead of normal tablets. Don't buy dissolvable tablets if you've got throat pain. Unless they have local local anesthesia in them. Because it won't numb the surface. Like, that's not how painkillers work, Painkillers go into your system, and it changes hormones, and it makes it so you don't feel, like, signals don't get sent to your brain saying that there's pain there. Just get normal tablets. Dissolvable tablets, when I drank them, they would brush past all the exposed area of my throat, because it was obviously healing and it's been damaged from the tonsillectomy, and it would just sting so much. It was so painful. But other than that, the 7th and 8th day in general, 7th and 8th day, it felt more like my throat was burning. Like, that's the easiest way to put it. Like, like when you get a burn in real life. Why does my tongue look blue in the video? Is that just the camera looking weird? Wait. Oh, no, I've been drinking Powerade. I was like, why is my tongue blue? For those of you, maybe some of you might not know what Powerade is. It's a blue drink. Yeah, so like when you burn yourself, like you grab something, you pour, or you what's it called with water? You see yourself? Whatever it's called, bang yourself water. That kind of pain, right? Where it feels bad. My whole throat, or sort of like here-ish, like where your tonsils used to be, or basically are for you guys if you still got them, it just felt like it was burning for 2 solid days. It was horrible. And then yesterday, I went over clearly a threshold because I felt a lot better. Today, I feel pretty much the same as yesterday. One weird thing is I kept feeling like my entire mouth was coated in oil. It was super weird. But the weirdest one, as I said earlier, before Featured Creature showed up on 11CS 103, was the loss of taste. I don't know if you guys are still here, so if you're not, I'm just having to re-explain this to Moderate and Raiden. I can't taste sweetness. Like, and in general, taste is dulled. I can taste saltiness and I can taste savoriness, maybe to about 40%, maybe only 30%. Sweetness, maybe like 5%, if not less. Like, I can barely taste. Yeah, I hope it's just nerve damage that needs repaired. Oh, you guys are still there. Both of you are still there. Yeah, and calling up the doctors, they were like, we've never heard that before, which is weird because if you search it online, and especially if you go onto Reddit, lots of people have said that they've lost sense of taste during a tonsillectomy recovery stage, which is reassuring. Knowing other people have experienced it, and some of them said, yeah, it took me a month, it took me 2 months, it took me 3 months, makes me have hope that mine's going to recover. I haven't lost taste entirely, which seems better than some people, but I really like food. Not the fact, you know, not as in I really like food, I'm a really fat guy. I mean, I'm not skinny, but I'm a foodie. I make my own food. I like to eat in certain places. I like to mostly make my own food. I literally went to Japan for a month, mostly for food. I had so much different food in Japan, sushi being a really high one. Oh, the sushi over there was so good. So knowing that my taste is drastically being dulled, and I don't know how long it's going to take to recover, is really sad, because I really want to order takeaway or make really nice meals. And I at the same time, I don't, because I know I can't taste them. And I'm like, what a waste of food, because I can't taste how delicious they are. It could also be painkillers. Was on strong pain and he couldn't taste anything sweet. Maybe. I have been taking cocodamol for a while, and I'm probably gonna stop it unless the pain increases. Because when did I take the cocodamol last? The cocodamol should still be in effect, I think. The ibuprofen would be worn out by now, and the painkillers would be close to being wearing out, if not worn out. So maybe if I'm not in too much pain, I'll try now to avoid taking painkillers. Like, let me write that in. Oh, ibuprofen. Said to have loss of taste. Okay, it could be ibuprofen. So, yeah, maybe I'll have a bit of a wait. I'll write cocodamol. I'm actually curious now. Okay, I'm not seeing anything saying loss of taste on cocodamol. But I mean, everyone reacts differently anyway, but... yeah. It's rough. It is rough. But for those of you who've... you said you've only just been here, I'll show you some of the other art I've done. I used to have my art showing on the bottom left, but I was taking up a lot of screen. Do you guys think it's a good idea to have my art still showing somewhere on the screen? Or do you think it's best to just keep a link underneath? I think, I believe... God, how do I get to Kick? I'm on Kick, but how do I get back to my channel? Do I have anything on Kick? I've not done much with Kick, to be fair. I don't remember if I've got a link underneath to take me to my art station. I do not. I'll just show you it then. So, if you've not seen any of my stuff before, I don't usually make Archivist stuff. This was an old scene that I've brought back in because I wanted to improve it, because Unreal Engine 5 has Lumen and stuff like that. And, something I really recommend if you guys want to get into basically anything when it comes to 3D, well, especially in the Unreal Engine, try to find existing projects with really good setups. Is it cheating to use existing setups? I don't think so. At least when it comes to lighting and stuff. Because a big part about using lighting and skylight and stuff like that is getting those really small balances. So if you can find a scene that's in like the sample, like if you go to Epic and you go to samples and you find one that looks really good, jump in there, grab it, grab the light, like copy the lighting out and migrate over to your text, your environment, and just pop that in and see if you like it. I did that and I changed it. It's probably about 70% what it was. and I've changed it to about 30%. I did some adjustments on the sky atmosphere, the sky light, the directional light, and I also moved it and stuff because I liked how it looked, but I wanted to change minor things. But it's a lot better to have. I know I've gone on so many tangents all of a sudden. It's a lot better to go to work from a point that is closer to your endpoint. I made a pillow earlier. Save that on my desktop for now, just because which is pillow save. Like a good example is just like, oh, I want to make a soda can, right? Now, are you going to start with a cube and make a soda can? I mean, you could, I could select these edges and bevel them and make it rounded, something like that. Or I could, for now, delete the tops and bottoms. And I could subdivide it. And I could make it into the shape I'm looking for. And then I could, if I divide it by this much first, and then convert. Wrong button, sorry. And then I select these, pull these in. I start making like the soda can shape. Cool soda can, right? I could do all these things. And I could make it, look, we're getting close to a soda can. But it's always best to just say, what's closest thing to a soda can? Soda can, or a soda pop, or whatever you guys want to call it. I keep calling it soda pop recently. I don't even hang out with that many Americans. That's what Americans call it. We just call it fizzy drink, or what it's called. Energy drink in this case for this one. You would start with a cylinder, because it's the closest. Now, if you want to work on a subdivision level, so if I want to subdivide this while I'm working, so I want it to be smooth, I'll just reduce this for now, and then, start making what I want, start making the top, bring it in, get like the shape where you get the hole in, subdivide it, and then start making like the shape you're looking for till you get the can you're looking for. But you can start with a cylinder. Now I like to think, obviously, if you're using mega scans, for example, for your entire scene, you haven't made a single asset, you're not going to sit there and say, oh, I 3D modeled this entire scene, because you didn't, right? You didn't make it. But when it comes to in-engine things, lighting setups, fog setup, cloud setups, some basic material setups, I would never consider that cheating to use existing samples that exist in the Unreal Engine and then working from there. Starting from a complete base, which I do sometimes. If you guys have watched enough of my streams, I will. Let me read what you guys are ask about. I was going to ask, what is with the multi-website streaming now? I thought you just stuck with YouTube or Twitch. I only stuck with one because they had a policy behind it. Basically, Twitch wouldn't let you stream on multiple. Twitch lifted that policy. So now I stream on all of them because why not? It means I can have a lot more viewership, a lot more audience. I have not taken any steroids, but I read the rest of what you just read in a second after reading more of everyone else. Also, I wouldn't say it's cheating, providing you didn't claim the practice environment as your own, that you just put the disclaimer, only responsible for lighting, kind of thing. Yeah, exactly, yeah. If you only did well, that's what you do, right? If you only do lighting from environments, you would call yourself a lighting artist. Like, you would label, you might not have to say you didn't make the entire environment because you are literally labeled as a lighting artist. So if anyone who knows what they're looking at when they look at your portfolio will look, oh, he's a lighting artist, he just made the lighting for this. In my opinion, it's still better to say, used Unreal Engine, this environment, provided free from Unreal Engine, I just made the lighting. That's always better, but if you are just labeled as a lighting artist, and people pay attention to that, it will be obvious to people who know what they're looking for. YouTube didn't allow it for now they do, or something like that was... You always say YouTube moderate. YouTube's never had a problem with it, ever. I remember you saying this like years ago, and I was like, no, YouTube's fine. YouTube's never had a problem with multi-streaming. YouTube's actually chill with that. It was always Twitch. Twitch was really bad for it. Okay, let me read 11CS103. How'd you come up with that catchy name, by the way, 11CS103? Some serious cause, loss of taste, smell while recovering during and after medication. Maybe that Well, you can't taste sweet. I didn't have any steroids though. The worst I've had is some morphine, but it wasn't much of it anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is painkillers right now in general. Maybe it's the cocodamol. No, because I didn't have that till day 4. Because I was going to say that's dissolvable. So, I'm drinking it and it might be that it's like rubbing on my tongue and it's causing an effect. But I had that at day 4. I had my loss of taste day 1. I think more of my taste has come back already. So that's very, very encouraging. I'm too lazy to come up with something. What's your call? Just my roll call number. My gamer tag is the gamer guy. Because I suck at coming up with names. I am atrocious. And you know what? I feel like I shouldn't be. And one of my gamer tags that I don't use or show very often is Pig Venus Man. Those of you may be able to piece together what Pig Venus Man is. But I, for some reason, I just thought that was a really silly name. When I was maybe like 18, 20, I can't remember how old I was. And I call especially in Dark Souls, I call so many characters in Souls games, Elden Ring. I don't know if I've called anyone Pig Venus Man in Elden Ring. Pig Venus Man is my go-to name. But I feel like you could say anything, right? Like unicorn dwarfs. You just put 2 random words together and you've got a gamer tag. But for some reason, I never feel satisfied with that. Like, I've got one friend, I can't think if he's even got one. I got another friend called Graffiti Skies, which is a pretty cool one. I got someone called, I don't want to say their names just in case, like, you can find them. But yeah, someone like called Moose King. I have no idea what would possess someone to want to be the king of moose or meese, which is the incorrect word because moose is already plural. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know what to do with this scene right now. Oh, wait, I was going to show also. So, because you're on Kick, you won't be able to get to my art station because I need to add it to Kick. The stuff that I usually make is not anywhere close to what I'm making now. I usually make... Let's get all. I usually... Especially the latest thing. So, I made this in a couple of days, but like... ramen noodle stylized sort of environment. Oh, I don't want to do that. I want to scare this up. Oh, was it Martin King? Yeah, I'm still in pain now, to clarify. I am not free from pain. The more I talk, the more in pain I am. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm a talkative person, so you can't stop me. But yeah, I usually make this kind of stylized stuff. My latest 2 scenes with these 2. This one I actually makes my friend ask me, as I got the concept on here. So this is the original concept, and my friend asked me, how do you make something from a concept? So as you can see, it's pretty damn close. I basically said, I showed him how to line it up and then how to model around it. And then I dropped it for a bit, came back and went, I may as well finish it. I did all this work. So I textured it all up and we got it in. But yeah, I usually do this kind of stuff. This is the scene you're looking at. And basically, I've spent about 6 hours yesterday just improving it. I'm bringing it into Unreal Engine 5. Oh, almost a 6. So like, that's like the original, that's this. It's significantly better. Yeah, but I'm not too... I don't really know what I want to add right now. Like, this is kind of a useless thing, this typewriter. Like, do I just remove it? Do I improve it? Is there any good reason to make a detailed typewriter in an ArcViz scene? You know what I mean? Like, I'm a bit lost what to do right now. Something I do want to do is quickly fix these UVs. They've been annoying me since I made this scene. I made this scene 6 years ago, right? I've been streaming for 6 years. I wish Unreal would stop releasing more versions of Unreal. It's annoying updating marketplace assets. Oh, right. Tell me about it. I wish they'd stop doing it and removing things that existed and breaking. I have In one version of UE5, I had to change my water shader for that one version. It's so annoying. Wait, I have to save to export? Wait, did I click export or migrate? Oh, there you go. There's like a concept warning, which is sorry, that's a game. I need to disable putting shortcuts on my desktop. Every time I reinstall my PC, I do that. Floating table. Save. I'm not going to be streaming too long today because I have other things to do, unfortunately. I have to return some RAM. I had to tell them, I was like, yeah, I've just had surgery, so I can't return the RAM yet. And they were like, that's fine. As long as I don't take, like, a month to do it. I like how it's casually just on the side. Oh, it's got the back completely gone. So did I not even unwrap this? Wait, why is it so bad? And look how warped it gets. That doesn't look like it should be doing that. What I want to do is get rid of some of that. Like, you see, like, it gets, like, sharp. So if I just do a smooth on that, and then we do a weighted normal. Oh, and then auto smooth it. We'll get this sort of nicer sharpness to it. Bad texture. How dare you? I had to make a different version of my electric binocular pack because of how they changed PP between 4 and 5. Yeah, I'm glad I've not done anything like that. I need to actually get one of my post-processing materials done. I don't know if you ever saw it. I don't know where it is right now, actually. It's not in here, is it? Oh, no, it is. Testing environment. Oh, I need to install 5.1. That's actually a really big tip for anyone who sees this VOD. If you ever want to make assets for Unreal, make them in previous versions of that version of Unreal. So if you're working in 5, go to 5.0 because your versions can be brought forward, but they can't be brought backwards. So if you make something in 5.4, which is coming up, there's a preview of it, you then have to take that and make it in an older version. Like, you have to remake it. Whereas if you've made it in 5.0, it could just, unless they've changed things like Ryden just said, unless they've changed something, it can easily just move straight over. Pro tip. It's great advice on the version to use. I always make everything, in 5.0 now and then mark it up. Exactly. So yeah, unless you're literally having to use a newer version because they've brought in something new, use the earliest version of that Unreal. Heck, you can use, if what you're making and they've not changed any tools for that specific thing, like you're just putting in a model with a basic material, you can use 4.1 and it will work all the way up to 5.4. But the earlier version you use, the more, the much bigger net you're casting for people to actually download it for their version. I've had people moan about ones. It specifically says does not work for previous versions, like 4 point. What was like the latest 4 points? Like 4 point. I wrote maybe like does not work for anything before 4.23. It literally says when you buy it what versions it supports, and they were like, "Can you make it work for 4.14 or something?" I was like, "No, upgrade your project, man." Like. I'm just gonna do this, I think, with the unwrap because it's not got a back to it anyway. Well, yeah, I guess so. Oh wait, it's like that. Let's put it on its side. Something I actually really like to do is like just mark it to the cursor and then bring it up like that, so we stay its perfect rotation. Because if we rotate it around like it's bounding box, it like rotates from the middle. And because it was like at the side over here. All right. Don't hold control, Stephen, you idiot. It obviously isn't going to rotate perfectly. Whereas if I do it around a 2D cursor that's perfectly on the bottom right, when I go to rotate it, it's going to perfectly align, and then we just pull it up, keeping it on the grid by holding control, because grid selected here, increments, it will snap to the top. At least it should do. Oh, that's actually a very tiny gap. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Oh, wait, what happened to this smooth? It's because I got that. Oh, no, it's because that's a hole there. I'm an idiot. There you go. I'm still on 4.25. I updated all my packs to modern engine whilst keeping old versions, but all new packs are just 5.0 now. Yeah. It's the way to go. 100%. It is annoying. 5.3, I think it was. For some reason, I don't know what it was. You wasn't allowed as many instructions in your materials. Now, my water shader is complex, but compared to a lot of other people's materials, it is simple. And it wouldn't work with forward shading because it said there was too many instructions. And I was like, hold on a minute. There are too many instructions on this material because it's forward shading. I had to disable forward shading on it. I was like, this is really dumb. I think the newer version, if you download it now, it has forward shading disabled. The problem with, I can actually show you. This is random advice, but let me show you something. So if you have an object and you've got a transparent material on it, in fact, so these glasses got them on. I'll show you what I'm looking at. So when you've got a material, you have like your detail panel down here, and it'll show you. So this is not. So forward shading. So let me show you the difference. Forward shading is usually the best. Now, it doesn't look any different. But if we come over to here where something's receiving a shadow, and we put... it's not going to work now, I swear to God. And we put this on, it should receive that shadow. Like, you can see it, right? You can see that this cube is obviously glass, and it receives a shadow along here. However, if you swap it back, and you're not using forward shading, and forward shading is more complex and it's more instructions, you put translucent volume, which is the second best, it no longer receives shadows. And it's something that, like, weirdly enough, a lot of people don't notice. But if I have a river and I jump over the river, or I have a boat on the river and that doesn't cast any shadow, it looks really weird. Technically, this does receive shadows, but can you even see it? It's like really blotchy. And for some reason, Unreal Engine 5.3 limited the amount of instructions materials could use. I think it was 5.3, it might be 2. And it made it so my water shader couldn't have forward shading. And it made it so it couldn't receive shadows anymore. And it's really annoying because someone's going to buy that in 5.2 or 5.3, whichever, and go, oh man, why isn't it receiving shadows? It just kind of looks lame. I'm like, yes, because of the engine version. Like, I can't do anything about it. I'm currently working on my quarantine pack. I'm adding a bunch more assets to it as an update for it, and only applying it for 5. Yeah, it's just the way to go. I talk a whole lot and don't do much work when I've got these kind of streams, because I don't know what I'm doing right now for work on this scene, so it's really difficult to actually do something. So I end up just showing things instead and talking about sort of tips and stuff, and do minor fixes. So what would you say is the best starting version to use Unreal and have generally good support? If you're making something and you want to sell it, start in 5.0. If you're making something for the Unreal Marketplace, should I clarify? If you're making a video game, I would say look into the version, see if anyone's got problems with it. Otherwise, use one from last, because the latest will always have random bugs, from what I'm aware. Because if you notice, you don't just have 5.3, it's 5.3.2, because they fix things. So you could probably get away with using the latest. But it was like when UE5 came out, right? When I was working in a company, we went and we asked we went and we asked other indie studios. So UE5 had only been out maybe 6 months, maybe a year, which isn't that long when it comes to, you know, a whole engine being released. And we said to them, you know, would you recommend using UE5? I don't remember if it was all of them. I'm pretty sure it was, but I don't want to lie. So I'm going to say almost all of them said, do not use UE5. Use UE4. Because UE5 is too new. Because when something is too new, it is not being practiced enough. It is not being looked into enough. It's not got enough optimization. It's not got enough documentation. It's not got enough going for it for you to throw a game at it and say, work. You don't know about its support when it's actually on consoles. You don't know about the support on different graphics cards. Whereas if you were using an older engine, you know what it can support. UE5's been out long enough now that you can go hog wild and you can just go on it. But when it was first released, especially when it was in beta, it was not recommended. Do you know how many games released UE5 and they were just the worst optimized things in the world? Because you have an understandable good answer, but for learning for indie dev these days, if you're just learning for indie dev, just go for the latest version, or -1. Well, actually, if it's learning, just go for the latest, because the things that are going to be broken, I don't think are going to affect you too heavily. Because if it's learning, you're not going to sit there and go, no, I can't release this whole game I made because of a problem with the latest version. You're just going to go, oh, they changed something that's a little bit annoying. Okay, I'm still learning these other things. So you can probably just use the latest one. What was I saying? I've lost a train of thought. Princess Peach showed what? What the heck is Princess Peach Showtime? Huh? Is this a game? I think the biggest problem is a lot of people just don't know what they're talking about when they're not game developers themselves. I remember seeing a lot of people complaining that a game finished their game in UE4. UE5 had maybe been out 2 years, but the game was in development for like 3 to 4 years. A name game that's really easy to beat. Yeah, and UE4... Oh, it does look like UE4, actually. Oh my god. If you worked in an engine so long, it's amazing how much you can look at a game and go, that's this. It's fun. What's also funny is how you can sometimes... Yeah, that's very clearly UE4. How you can sometimes look at a game and go, that's clearly UE4, and it's Unity. And it's because they've done a lot of stuff in the Unity engine to make it look like UE4 or UE5. Anyways, what was I saying? Let's get my nice environment in the background while I talk. There you go. Yeah, so I'm thinking now, what was I saying? UE4, UE5. Yeah, they're in like development for like 4 years, but Unreal Engine 5 had only been out like 2 or something, 2 or 3, and they were basically moaning, why don't you just convert over? I think people were led astray when UE5 was first shown. I was actually talking to a friend about this literally yesterday, talking about how non-industry people will slam a piece of software about, yeah, really knowing it, yeah. People were really led astray, especially people who don't fully know, because it's usually the people that slightly know about the software, right? Like, everyone's got that gamer friend who knows what Unreal Engine 5 is, Unreal Engine 4 is, CryEngine, Unity, but they're not actually developers, right? But they have a bit of knowledge in it. They kind of know what 3D modeling is. They kind of know what rendering is. They kind of know what programming is, but they aren't capable... thank you, Mr. J. They aren't capable of actually... oh, God. You say render, it's a... It's a dynamic scene. They aren't capable of actually telling you anything about it. And those people, and when they're pompous, are usually the problem because they think they know better than the actual developers. A good example is Lumen software and Lumen hardware. If you don't have a hardware that supports ray tracing, so 2000 series graphics cards, GTX or RTX, sorry, NVIDIA. I think AMD supports it now as well. I can't remember which ones though. Onwards supports hardware ray tracing. I had a 1080 Ti. I was having really weird issues. I eventually found out Lumen. Is that Lumen? I don't have experience. This is Lumen, yeah. I'll show you what it looks like without Lumen. I wonder if it'll work with the way it's set up. Not really. I guess I could simulate it. Because the big part that Lumen does, it does bounce lighting. So if I go to the sunlight, and we select the directional lighting, and we set the bouncing to 0. Oh, and we disable this. Oh, yeah. It won't bounce any lighting. Yeah, I can't really simulate it. Oh, God, that's what it's saying again. Oh, and they come across as, yeah, authority on it. Yeah. So they'll say, like, and the big problem with Unreal Engine 5... Sorry. For those of you who just come out, I've had tonsillectomy recently, and I'm still recovering. Yeah, and UE5 came out with this really bold statement. And my friend actually put it really good yesterday, where it was like, oh, you know, you can have ray tracing and really good performance. Look how optimized it is. It runs really, really well. Unreal Engine 5 does not run really well. This is a huge misconception. It runs well for what it is capable of doing. And there's something my friend said yesterday. He said UE5 isn't necessarily super, like, well, it doesn't run super well. It runs ray tracing really well. And that is very accurate. Lumen is a form of ray tracing. It uses ray tracing. From what I'm aware, it's a mix between ray tracing and screen space reflection. I don't know the technical behind it, but I mean, you need a ray tracing card to use it. Well, you can use software ray tracing, which is what I talked about a second ago. But I mean, that was a good example. I was having a lot of problems with one of my scenes using software ray tracing. As soon as I upgraded to hardware ray tracing, it fixed it. And nobody believed me because everyone said, no, there's no difference. There's no difference. It's what the same. It's what there's no difference. Until Unreal finally released basically a statement or a video saying what I said, that software ray tracing has problems. The highly customizable tech scene used specifically to sell the software might run well. Yeah. Something you have to take into account is the hardware people at home. Not everyone can support ray tracing alone. Exactly. But the thing is that UE5 is really, really well optimized for ray tracing. That doesn't necessarily mean it runs well. It just means what it's doing runs better than alternatives, like using normal ray tracing. My does consider me to how long is the recovery time? You've come to the right place, my friend. I've literally been talking about this. Everyone's going to leave the stream now. Oh, Steve's talking about this for the third time now. I mean, it's a big reason I'm here to talk about tonsillectomy because I've been recovering the last 10 days. This is my 10th day. And as you can see, I'm up and about. My throat still hurts. Me talking hurts. Well, more that talking consistently, vibrating my vocal cords is like making my throat feel achy, which is why I'm drinking random drinks. I've got Powerade, I've got energy drink, and I've got coffee here. So let's talk about my tonsillectomy again. Anyway, I've read that your voice could change. Yours is still the same. Oh, brilliant. Good. Oh, not brilliant. My voice sucks, actually. No, I'm joking. I actually get complimented on my voice quite a lot, which is a weird thing, because I never really thought I had a good voice. I think my voice sounds kind of annoying, but for some reason, people like my voice. Well, at least people who've told me. I guess people who don't like my voice aren't going to tell me that they don't like it unless they just feel really mean that day, so. Yeah, so I'll go through my experience, and I will say this first. Taste, my sense of taste is shot. People would be talking about it in chat. It might be because painkillers. It might be just straight up because tonsillectomy. They may have hit a nerve or something. You have a beautiful voice, Steve. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, it might be because they hit a nerve or damaged a nerve. My sense of taste is really weird. I can't taste sweet things very well. This tastes like glorified water. I can barely taste the sugars or the fake sugars in it. Definitely fake sugars. It's only like 45 calories. You should be a teacher. Thank you very, very much. I tried to be a teacher. They wouldn't let me. That was a long story. I got declined because my friend thought I wouldn't respect her in the workplace because she was the one helping with the hiring process, but I won't throw her under a bus to say her name or anything. That was a very unfortunate scenario for me. Anyways, so the first 3 days, I would say that the pain's not very prevalent at all. Right after surgery, I woke up in the bed, and I had, like the drip you have in your hand. Because during surgery, they slap your hand with the drip. I say drip. Is it called a drip even if it's not being used? Oh, yeah, it's always called a drip. It's not always called an IV, I think. Because IV means the fluids, right? What does IV stand for? IV stand for medical. IV stand, IV pulled. I don't know. Yeah, so the bit that they inject the painkillers and the anesthesia in. Actually, they knocked me out of gas first. I was expecting that not to be a thing because you obviously need to get into my mouth to do the tonsillectomy. No, they knocked me out of gas. But they felt the need to stab my arm and inject the painkillers first. I thought it'd be better to just knock me out first. That way I don't feel the pain of... Anyways, the freaking painkiller was really cold. I saw it come into my veins and then I was like, oh, and my whole body so... Like, I felt it go whoosh, and it was like across my body feeling really cold. I was like, that's so weird. And then he looked at me and went, all right, so the painkillers are going to feel really cold. And I was like, you could have said that before they went in. Like, yeah. Yeah, so I woke up and the first day, barely any pain. I came home and I ate a normal meal. Could barely taste it, but yeah, came home, ate a normal meal, perfectly fine. Again, the loss of taste thing is apparently rare, so hopefully if you have a tonsillectomy, that won't happen to you. It's freaking horrible. I hate anything like that. I love eating food. They give you painkillers first as pain can keep people awake longer. But they wanted to knock me out. Because it was, I get knocked out for surgery. Anyways, yeah, so your first day pretty good. I had to stay in hospital for like 6 hours because they have to make sure nothing goes wrong. You get told about bleeding. If you bleed within the first 24 hours, you got to call them up. I did bleed in the first 24 hours, but they were just like, you're fine. And then you got told about a secondary bleeding. About 7 days later, you can have secondary bleeding, which is when your scabs at the back of your throat start falling off. Sorry if this disgusts anybody, but it's, it's good information for Mr. J. But yeah, so the first 3 days were fine. Full fifth day, I would say that the pain went... So the third day, the pain was maybe a 4. Up to a 4. Ate my lunch an hour ago, you're good. The fourth and fifth day... I'm on the 10th day now. I know I just did this earlier, but I've forgotten. Yeah. The fourth, fifth, and sixth day, the pain went to like maybe a 6. And it felt... like when you get a really sore throat, right? If you got tonsillitis, for example. I've never had tonsillitis, but from what I'm aware, it's probably similar sort of feeling. Kind of like getting that really sore throat, what you'd expect from a sore throat, except times a sore throat by 2. It was, somewhat painful. I was using painkillers. 7th, 8th day, I guess the scabs fall off, and it just feels like the inside of your throat is on fire. It is so painful. And, I mean, when people were talking to me, they were like, oh, you don't seem like you're in pain. I'm not someone who's going to sit there and go, ah! I don't really react to being in pain. I just sort of sit there like, ow. What is life? I'm not someone who really reacts to being in pain, but I was in pain. I'd say maybe it got up to possibly an 8. Do not buy dissolvable painkillers. Just take them normally. Having painkillers that are dissolvable go past that sensitive part of your skin as you're swallowing, because it's liquid, because you dissolved them. Like putting, I don't know, vinegar on a cut, right? Putting or disinfectant on a cut, and it goes from, oh, that cut doesn't really hurt, to and it burns. It felt like that, except down my entire throat because I was drinking dissolvable painkillers. Do not get dissolvable painkillers. My tonsils also looking bad. It's full of holes and scars. Yeah, mine were full of holes. I was getting tons of tonsil stones, which is the main reason I got rid of them is because I've been having a swallowing issue for the last almost 2 years now, where when I swallow, it kind of feels like there's phlegm at the back of my throat. And he said it might fix that. I don't know if it's going to, but I was also getting lots of tonsil stones, which were really annoying. So, that's a pretty good reason. Literally, the doctor, when I was there, said that's a pretty good reason to get rid of your tonsils. It's just sad that I've lost my sense of taste a bit at the moment. Yeah, so the 7th and 8th day is when I experience the most pain. You will have the days where the scabs are falling off your tonsils or your tonsil tonsil floors. Nope. Tonsil, not tonsil roots. Tonsil beds. Your tonsil beds, you'll have it falling off, and it will just expose really sensitive skin, and it is horrible. I would say if they've given you really strong painkillers, try to hold off on using them until those days. Yesterday, the 9th day, I went from being in like a 7 in pain to being in like a 3 or a 4. I felt pretty fine yesterday. Now, I'm still taking painkillers. The last one I took was like 5 hours ago. Oh, you get stones as well. Yeah, stones aren't brilliant. They taste disgusting. Anyways. Yeah, it's as soon as I got to day 8, so I don't know if this happened to everybody, but from my experience, you'll get to this really, really painful period, and then boom, it will just drop off, and you'll start feeling fine. The painkillers may have been helping, but yeah, you start feeling fine. And then day 10, which is now, I'm literally streaming. I'm moving around. I have lost a lot of my appetite, but I think that's mostly because I can't taste very well, so I'm just not interested in eating. Yeah. I should. I have been forcing some food down myself and getting like, I've been trying to get sort of high calorie drinks because I just want to get the calories in me. Obviously, it's not the best to, you know, oh, you need to get 2,500 calories in you. You know, eat tons of protein, stuff like this. Yeah, that's good, but it's not interesting to me right now. So I've been buying, you know, 100 calories in this drink, I think. 106 calories, right? Easy way to get the calories in. Not the healthiest way to do it, but they're there to give me some calories to help me recover. Yeah. But I think they say 3 weeks and you should be basically fully recovered. But you get different advice from the NHS versus anywhere else in the world. They tell me to just eat normally. Try to eat crisps, try to eat cereal, because they're sharp. That sounds like the most masochist thing I've ever heard in my life. Day 7 and 8, I could not eat anything sharp. I was like, please, like to my parents, because I live with my parents, fortunately. I was like, please, if you're going to make me food, put noodles on, put pasta on, give me soup. Like, I was like, I can't eat something sharp right now. Cup of tea gives me much better. Yeah, I've got coffee here, which probably isn't the most healthy either. I've got actually matcha, which is really good for you, downstairs. I stay well clear of energy drinks these days. I drink them from time to time. I tend to drink the fruity ones. So, like, this one, I don't know how much healthier it actually is, but, like, these ones are always like, oh, it's got a lot more fruit in it, and it's natural caffeines and stuff like that. Yeah, like, natural caffeine. I mean, like I said, I don't know how true that is. Is Rubicon raw energy drink healthier? Yeah, it contains fruit juice, caffeine, green coffee beans, and vitamin B. Is there any proof that it's healthier, though? Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's some people saying it is. Some researchers have said it's healthier than, obviously, energy drinks. You're never going to have a healthy energy drink, full stop. You know what I mean? That's the problem. They taste so good, but they are hella bad for you. Yeah. I actually went years without even having one. I don't really have an addictive personality in general. Like, I'd say my only addiction is entertainment. I have to entertain myself. Otherwise I just go a bit stir crazy. What was it called? Floating table. So my problem here, you can already see a seam, so it shouldn't make much of a difference. Oh, whoops. Wait, no. Floating table. I knew it was gonna... I always forget which one to apply. It's actually got it still here, luckily, so I can just put it here. Yeah, that looks better already. Does it? I mean, if you've cut wood, you're not going to have that look anyway, so that's fine. Ugh, why's my screen so dirty? What the heck? What is that? Gamer gunk. my tablet PC. So it's like this sort of angle, so it gets a lot of stuff landing on it in the air. No, W8 world align material. Probably could have. I probably have one laying around, but I like this wood. This is a very old wood material I've been using for years because it's just a very nice looking wood. It's got actually really nice reflections and stuff on it. Yeah, I'm really at a loss though right now. What I got rid of stuff. I had like a little NES thing over here with some wires which I've removed. Yeah, for some reason I have things like at weird angles. I don't know. I don't remember why. They probably were imported as OBJs, and I remember OBJs coming in weird. Yeah. Did I actually texture it? No, I didn't. So I have some other stuff, but I kind of want to keep it clean. Like, yeah, that's a good idea. The screen clean test, just put a plain white image on the whole screen. Oh, that's a good idea. I just wiped it out. I did it later. Just trying to think. Moderate made some suggestions. Let me read those. Oh, actually, it was a while ago he said it. Oh no, it wasn't. Oh wait, was it? What we're doing now, what I want to do the next couple of weeks while we're doing some streams. Again, this is mostly a recovery stream. I'm not intentionally trying to do stuff. Hey, Hot Rude, how's it going, man? What I want to do the next couple of streams is they always say, oh, your which is the dumbest comment I ever hear, but it's, your portfolio is as good as the worst piece on it. That is the most garbage thing I've ever heard, and I don't truly think people actually believe that. I think they just say that because they want you to remove anything bad on your portfolio. Because if you had the best looking art in the world and then you had something that looked like kind of okay, you're not going to say, well, this guy can't make anything good because you've got something amazing there. You know what I mean? I've always thought that comment was super weird. So what I want to do the next couple of weeks, if not months, is I want to take old scenes that I've made. So in this scenario is this scene. And I want to upgrade them, either by improving the models, improving the textures, or just improving the lighting. This is a bit of all three of those things. Yeah. People keep complimenting these chairs. I made these chairs so long ago. I kind of want to come out and subdivide them one time, actually, because you can get away with a lot higher poly stuff. You know what? A big advice for your portfolios, don't worry about poly count. Don't worry about texture resolution. Unless the jobs you're going for are going to specifically ask you to see a wireframe. I have not had a single interview ask for wireframes or texture resolutions. I do not hear from many people asking for those things. Try to keep it obviously game ready and don't go overboard. Don't make this chair 50 million polys. But like right now, it's got a lot of cylinders in it, so it's probably quite high. Yeah, right now it's 4,000 tries, which is okay. I could get away with 20,000 tries and nobody's going to bat an eye. But don't make it 500,000 tries for no reason, right? Don't try to increase poly count beyond something that's unreasonable. But at the same time, just make it look as good as possible. It's for a portfolio. If you look at anybody's portfolio that's got a really good job in the industry, who just got a good job in the industry, they will usually just have a bunch of stuff that they don't show wireframes, they don't show texture resolutions, they just show really good looking art. It does make me mistrust the better pieces if there's something obviously about it. True, it does kind of make you go, oh, did they actually make this one though? Did they just steal the assets? Because you clearly can't even make a cube over here. No, it makes sense, but yeah. But, yeah, we're going to improve old ones. So I think these all look good enough. Maybe I'll redo the Magnum. The Magnum's a little bit aged now. The lighting's not brilliant. I like rendering everything in Unreal Engine now as well. These were rendered in Marmoset. I think the truck looks fine. I think it looks really good, actually. Again, I'd like to render it in... This was just an environment asset. This wasn't actually something I spent a long time on. But it's right here, right? Some people will look at this if they're looking for someone in the job industry, and maybe they'll go, oh, you know, he didn't really optimize this. He's just so the way you should do this part, right, is as soon as you get past this part, they should start basically collapsing on the vertices to decrease the amount of polygons you have. This doesn't. One, any modern software, any modern game engine, this is fine. This is not very high poly at all. Two, I could just not have this, and you'd never know. This might not even need to be in here anymore. This is a very basic asset. But one I want to improve on is this. This is garbage. There's a lot going on for this scene that's good about it. But this could be improved drastically. And it's got a really nice taxi in it that I could just render on its own. That's a really nice asset. I would ask why they have the low poly piece on there, and then something amazing further down. It is to show progress. They'll say it's just happy with the pieces. Well, the thing is, right, is it's like, yeah, get good, Steve. Pretty much for this. Get good. This scene sucks. The thing is, oh yeah, this is the penis rocket everyone kept saying about. I forgot. Where is it? Wait, let me. The penis rocket. That's what a rocket looks like. I literally looked at references. It's what it looked like. Some nice focus points with the lighting on the taxi scene could be nice. Get a nice noir feel. Yeah, I really liked the taxi scene. There's some like there's some cool materials on here too. But overall, the scene is not fantastic. Is this Lumen or fake lying? Sorry if you've already answered. Yeah, this is Lumen. This, like, I can move it all around. Whee. It's really cool. Oh wait, look at my carpet. I went a bit overboard on the material. Look at, look at that. I can't even get close enough because of clipping. And you know what? I'm pretty sure you can put a camera in. Camera actor. And I'm pretty sure I can change camera actor clipping on here. Can I not? Clip. Black clip, no. I swear there's always change clipping. Ha, damn, that's nice. I need to watch Austin Powers. I know it's criminal that I just said that, but... Oh, does he? He's zooming, isn't it? Oh. Doesn't look like when you're in a camera. Woo. Playing Quake now, boys. Oh, see? See, zoom in. You want to, like, get really close to... You can start see the illusion breaking. You can see, like, the layers. So this is parallax occlusion mapping, which what... I don't really know how to describe it, but basically what parallax occlusion mapping does is it sort of, like, layers a bunch of these, like, slight things, these visual effects that make it look like it's 3D, but it layers them all on top of each other to give you this effect that it's, like, really 3D. I've been using this since UE4 was released, parallax occlusion mapping. They have got better tools for it now. Like, if I go in... it's this guy. There's a whole thing for it now. I can't remember when this was introduced, but if you plug things in correctly, oh, I haven't actually done it the way I like. Wait, I like to divide something by something here, but I can't remember what it is this second. It may actually be cool to do the render with fisheye lens. Most retail places use fisheye now to make the rooms look big. Oh, it's not a bad idea. Sort of like that. I mean, to be fair, 90s already. This is 90, right? Am I crazy? Yeah. Although, have you ever had those when you look for a property on freaking Rightmove or something, and they just don't have a camera with any like peripherals, with any FOV, field of view, that's it, but any field of view, so they'll take a picture of like a bedroom and it's just this really tight image where you can barely see anything. Generate a mesh based off of height map. You could do that now with nanites, to be fair. I discovered your channel like 10 years ago by your... Oh, did you actually? Oh my god, was that the bump offset one? Because technically bump offset's the same thing. It's just less. It's less going on. Bump offset basically is a single layer of this, because you can see the layers. Yeah, I'm moderate. Where's? I'm trying to find what you suggested to change. Moderate had some ideas. I want to see them. Where did you write? There you go. Need what? There you go. Oh, just more detailed models. Okay, it wasn't like a specific like make change anything. You know what would be neat, but kind of practical. Do your renders and have a special portfolio piece where it's like move page or something describing the flat. That would be a funny little idea, actually. You know what? I don't like things being perfectly placed. Although it is ArcViz. ArcViz is a really, really weird concept for a games artist, because ArcViz, so it stands for architectural visualization, takes away from what a 3D artist, games artist tries to do. So a 3D games artist, especially an environment artist, will try to make a scene up and try to tell a story with decals, with damaged stuff, with imperfections. ArcViz is always perfect. Like, it's always super clean. You know what I mean? Like, there's no grime. There's no nothing. It's very, very clean. So it's really difficult. It's really weird for me, should I say, to want to, like, I want to sit here and go, okay, now we've got to get some decals over here. We've got to do this. But I can't because it's ArcViz. I don't want to do that. So based on that, do you make all your own assets, or do you mix and match both and free ones? So weirdly enough, the scene, you say that the scene used to be all mine, but yesterday I added this that's not mine, this that's not mine, and the fruit that's not mine. Oh, and technically the kitchen was made by my friend, but I think I could remake this in not much time at all. I like his material here though. This was made 6 years ago, I want to clarify, and I basically updated everything yesterday. It took me 6 hours. So, if you've just joined Bowwalker? Bewalker? If you just joined, it used to look like... It used to look like this. Now it looks like this. So, huge lighting improvement. Made some better assets. You know, some better materials like this carpet we just put in. Well, not just put in, I put that in yesterday. The difference is insane. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, lighting on its own is phenomenal. Like, because UE5 is lumen and everything, it jumps that gap really quickly of being, like, really realistic. But if you look at all of my art, I would argue 99% of it is all my stuff. Especially the stylized stuff. If you go to my portfolio, if you've never seen it, I know you just sort of got a glimpse of it just then, but I'm not going to show it again. You could see the stuff I make. It's almost always mine. It's like there's a very, 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 very rare exception where I'll use like a Megascan asset, but it's only for very minor things. I usually make stylized things, so it's usually even my textures. The only thing that's not mine when it comes to realistic scenes is usually materials, because there are so many photo scan materials on the internet. I say this a lot, right? And to be fair, if you watch people like Andrew Price, the Blender Guru and stuff like that, they'll say the same thing. It could feel like a big waste of time to manually make Like, for example, these floorboards are adjusted. The texture isn't mine, but I use some other stuff to make it look the way it looks, right? I edited the material and stuff like that, and I used a... It's obviously not that high quality. When you get close, you can see it's like losing some of that quality. But yeah, because yeah, materials, when it comes to realistic scenes, especially ArcViz, there's just no good reason to make them these days because there's just so many photoscan ones that exist. You're not going to beat photoscan materials. Yeah, I did use a chest from Monolith Gamer in one of my scenes. Yeah, I get you. Substance Painter. Yeah, I use Substance Painter like a lot. Can I open anything that looks cool right now? Not really. What's the substance? Wait, what? Why are some of these folders empty and some of them not? Hold on a minute. I moved all my files to dev files here. Substance empty. No models. Blender files are there. No textures. Huh? Did not everything transfer over? 6 gigabytes. I can't remember what I had in there now. I need to delete a bunch of work, did I? That'd be worrying. What's the substance file for that? I was gonna load up the substance file for when I made the antique store, but it's not here. Let me see. I'm listening to music that you guys aren't listening to, so if I nod my head not in tune. I could always shoot a noodle bowl. Hold on a minute. Noodle bowl substance? Hey, this is it. Okay. I think I just maybe haven't found the substance files for some stuff yet. Second load. Substance, you good? Substance. Sometimes launching a document or opening a document to launch Substance. Maybe it's because it's on Steam. It doesn't launch it. It's really weird. Or maybe it's like launching in the background. I just don't realize. Let's throw that in here. I can't remember what this scene looked like. Oh, here you go. Yeah. Here's a good example. So like, this is all textured in here. The final renders are unreal, but yeah. I'm usually seeing these includes my scan assets help with design, composition, and lighting, but it feels weird not having all my own assets. I think it's fine if you say that. I think you should always say, though, in my opinion. I think if you've used Megascan assets, like, I think if you've used, like, 1 or 2, like, I don't know if I'm going to say that these plants, I don't know if it's worth mentioning that these plants I didn't make, mostly because I could make these myself. They're not even from Substance Painter. That is from some free assets I had from Unreal. I could quickly go make this. I just need a good texture for the leaves, and I could just go make it. I don't know if I'm going to mention that, but if most of your scene is made up of Megascan assets, I feel like you should say if a lot of it is Megascans, because I feel like it's just a bit disingenuous. Especially if you get a job, right? Wow, you made all these assets. Can you make them now for us? And you look at them like, no, I didn't make these. These were Megascans. you know what I mean? It'll just kick you in the butt. But yeah, I don't think it's bad to use them. I've never... People... Stupid misconception with me is people seem to think I really hate the use of other people's assets or, like, free assets. I don't. I just think you should always say you did it. I hate not giving credit. If I didn't make it, I didn't make it. Oh, you know what? These books aren't mine. And I was going to make my own ones and I saw how good they were with the reflections. Look at that. And I was like, man, I don't want to get new ones because mine won't look as cool in the reflection because I would need to get really nice normals. To be fair, that probably wouldn't be that hard, but I'd need to find a good cover. And I need to make my own graphics design. Yeah, it feels like a big waste of time. It's like these paintings. I didn't draw these paintings. These were like actually in a pack. These textures were in a pack that I randomly had. And I was like, boom. From on, it's what, Van Gogh? Is it? Wait, who made the flower? Was that? That's Van Gogh, right? I was just like, there you go. Obviously didn't make this either. I'm not a painter. I made this one over here, a little Easter egg with my old scene. Well, I say old scene, one I made recently. Yeah, I feel like it's a balance. You just need to be a bit honest. But if it's like very, 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 very minor, maybe you can leave it out that you didn't make it because it's not an important part of the scene, like these plants. I think the contractor wants to know if you are able to make beautiful scenes and have the proper skills for it, not if the plants are made scans or anything like that. Yeah, exactly. Well, I guess it depends, right? Because like, if you do ArcViz, if you go see anyone who does ArcViz environments, for example, they will tell you that. I had a friend who works in ArcViz. They don't make their assets. They just get libraries to do it because it's ArcViz. Like, you're just putting scenes together to look like something. Oh, this client has this big of a kitchen, and he has these specific countertops and everything. Go grab the assets from somewhere, plonk them in. There you go, sir. It took me a week. That's what the kitchen looks like. If you made them all yourself, there you go, sir. That took me 3 months. And he's going to look at you and go, 3 months? But Darren over there, he did it in a week. Oh, my arms disappeared. Ooh. Ooh. Darren over there did it in a week. We paid you 3 months for this. Well, yeah, because I made all the assets. But Darren did it in a week. We need to pay Darren for a week. You know what I mean? Like, when it comes to video games and stuff like that, yes, you're probably going to make your own assets for a company, which is good. I like making my own assets. I am a prop artist at heart, and then environment artist second. I advertise myself as an environment artist because I make assets for environments, but I love making props. This scene is my scene. I have made 95% of the props, minus the kitchen. To be fair, it's not a complex scene. If you look at the props, they're not exactly the most complex. Like, the typewriter's okay. He's not very complex. He's not very well textured. This was made 6 years ago when I wasn't that good. Yeah, so you know what I mean? Like, it's a balance. I was going to do something and lost my train of thought. I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, I wanted to check where that is, lives. You are working the exact job I'm going for. What ArcViz? I'm not working at all now. I was made redundant. Is this the one I'm going to look for? I want to find this sub-spare. That and you have interesting work. Thank you very much. Here you go. Corner Environment 2023. Where would I have stored that? I know we've made no progress today on the actual environment. It was more that I wanted to show you guys, I wanted to say what my surgery has been like. I wanted you guys to see like how much I've recovered. It wasn't really meant for a production stream. Or productivity stream, sorry. So I'm sorry if I've let anyone down. I can hear my voice on the stream I'm watching. Whoops. Oh, you guys can't hear it anyway, it's fine. I don't know where I stored it then. I guess I just have to search for it. What are substance painter files? SPP extension. SPP. I like how I was saying it's not finding anything. There's clearly, you know, if I search my desktop, yeah, it'll come up. Okay. My throat still does hurt to swallow and does still technically hurt to talk. More that talking for a long period feels like it dries up my throat and hurts. But it's not hurting enough that I can't stream. That's the flying boat scene. Damn, it's a lot of, It's a lot. Oh, it's... Right. I must have stored it on... 2021, 2022. I have, like, folders named by year. 2021, 2024, 0701. Probably in there, surely. No. Oh, was that when that's probably when my PC broke. I don't know. I'll have to find it off stream. Anyways, is there anything I want to do? So I'm thinking of ending soon anyway. So anything I want to do before I go? Or any questions you guys have that you want answered? I do want to find better glass. But I probably have better glass somewhere. Can I improve that glass? It's very basic. This is a glass I just grabbed from one of the 3D projects. It just doesn't look right to me. Or is that not using a... Like, is it too dark? Is that what's throwing it off of me? Should it be lighter? Like this? Make it opaque. Boom, perfect glass. Do you think that looks a tad better? Yeah, it does look a little bit better. Have we got any more glasses laying around? Glass always looks really weird from different angles is the problem. If I got this set to forward shading, I do. Refraction, Fresnel fall off, or for now. Ah, maybe that's the one I need to be looking at. It definitely looks cooler like that. Yeah, because you're looking for it now and it's not warping at all. But how much does the glass really warp? A little bit. Yeah, definitely something like that where it's warping more at the side. Or like a 5 there, or maybe a 4. You can actually change that refraction as well by like doing something like this. I think it was actually at a really good value anyway. I could actually put water in it as well. So I could make it two-sided, but I'm pretty sure that looks bad. Yeah, it doesn't look as good being two-sided. So I think it needs to have like half as opacity. Yeah, it just doesn't... Oh, does that look better? I don't think so. Looking at some more of the colors. Let me check the metallicness. It looks a little bit better. I definitely like that warping on that side, like, as it goes around. You definitely get a cooler warping effect. It's not inverted, is it? There is actually documentation for setting your glass up correctly on its refractions and everything. Unreal Engine glass refraction. Glass 1.52. There you go, that's apparently glass. That's looking pretty good. Hey, Funky Pants, how's it going? How is me dude? How do you sort out depth of field in? Yes, mobile. Prostration. Do you feel okay after surgery? I feel better today, and I felt better yesterday. It's been 10 days. The 8th day in, or the 7th day in, I was dying. Oh, just swallowed my own spit. Well, obviously, but down the wrong hole, because I was talking at the same time. It still hurts to swallow now, and I'm probably making it worse by talking a lot. I'm not supposed to cough either or clear my throat. My sense of taste is weird. I know this is like the 4th time I brought this up, but because people keep coming in and asking me, like, I can barely taste. Oh, you know what? That tasted better that time. I can barely taste Powerade, and it's obviously like a sweet drink. It's super weird. Sweet things, I can only taste like 10%. Savory things, maybe about 30%. Size of my tongue, 5%. Like, my taste is so weird right now. Let me... Oh, need to burp. There you go. There's one thing I'd like to talk about, but it's very inappropriate, and I'm not going to. Ray tracing. Can I enable ray tracing? I don't want to break it. See, I don't want any of this. Where's... You can... In a... Wait, I'm in normal camera, yeah? I swear to God... It'll be better after a few more days. When did you make this scene? I made this 6 years ago, technically. But I've been in... yesterday, I threw it into, 5.3. I put Lumen on. I replaced the couch with a better one. Which was easy, because it's just got tiling textures on it, and it's quite a simple model. I quickly made some pillows, which I literally had up in Blender earlier. What do you mean it's unavailable? I literally had it up earlier. Is that clipping? I mean, technically it can clip and it shouldn't look too weird, but... There you go. Yeah. And you remember, you was around when I did this scene? Jesus Christ. I think the first person who made a comment on one of my streams ever was Mega Cool Man, and he's still in the Discord. For those of you who like talking to me, or like to hear me talk, or just want to be annoyed by me, or need help by me, you can join the Discord below. If you're on Kick, I'm sorry there's no link there at the moment. I don't really know what to say as a response to that. But if you're on anything else, scroll down and there'll be a link to my Discord if you ever want to ask me questions or just chat with other people in there. It's a very nice server, quite quiet. Not many chatters, but the people who do chat are quite friendly. We'll go back into the site in the thingy camera. I swear to God, I'm going mental here. Post processing, physics, tag. There is a way to do depth of field in. I want to do like a nice depth of field. That was a long time ago, yeah. It's weird to think I've been streaming for 6 years now. Camera. Perspective. What? Am I being dumb? Let me get to the sign camera. Or cine camera. I always call it sign camera because it's C-I-N-E. It stands for cinematic. It's cine camera. I'm just an idiot. You know what? Let me see if I can do like a... Oh, it's clearly got some depth of field on it. So I've... I'll come out there. I've actually made a really over-the-top rug that when you get close, you can actually literally see the fibers. But I kind of want to quickly go into the camera and see if I can have like this really like macro lens. I think that'd be really funny. Like that. Oh yeah, look at that. Where'd the aperture just go? Hold on a minute. Look at that. Look at that focus on the carpet. What a useless camera. It's a macro though, so I can get close to anything. Whoa. Oh, so I know what's causing that. There you go. So depth of fields are really like very argued. Depth of field is a very argued thing that people use in games or in renders. In games, a lot of people don't like depth of field. I'm not the biggest fan. It really depends on the game I'm playing. Depth of field can look really, really cool in certain games, but if I'm playing something and I don't want to get blurry vision when playing it, I will turn it off. When you're doing renders, depth of field can be very, very cinematic. Like here, look, we've got this blurred in the background. And it gives it this really, really nice look. If I go out the camera, that background is all sharp now. So you're focusing everywhere. It's a good way to draw focus. Because my focus isn't on the blurry section. Right? Like, even when I look at this, look, I'm focusing on this vase now because all of this is blurred. So it's quite important that you use stuff like depth of field if you're really trying to, like, you're really, really wanting to push that, like, really realistic looking camera. Let's do like a, what'd be a good angle here? Or even like, if you're doing something like this, right, and you've got like something in front of you, like this plant, you don't want to focus on the plant. We want to focus on the rest of the room. So the plant will get a little bit blurred while we have all this focus going on the room. Because now our attention is more here than in the plant. However, if you obviously have to focus on the plant, You want to focus on the plant, you're going to focus on this. I know that sounds really obvious, but you know what I mean. Like, I'm going to now look at this plant because that's where my focus is. So yeah, it's very important to use these effects because it can really bring the scene to life. Let's do like this angle. See what I mean? Look how cinematic that looks. It might be a little over the top, but look how cinematic it looks. So like if I go something like this, then we slightly turn up that aperture. A little less blurry. Can I get it right in that corner, actually? Yeah. Focus offset. There you go. Let's give a bit more. And look, now we have this really nice focus. Like, it's a very simple asset. It's just a magazine with textures on it. Again, it's too blurry. Hold on a minute. It being a smaller screen for me. Well, maybe like 4? Yeah, maybe like 4. Yeah, something like that. So you're getting all this focus drawn in on like this book, and it makes it look really, really cinematic. But you know, everything else is just blurred and nasty. But that's what you want. It's a really weird thing to talk about because yeah, like I said, a lot of people just really dislike using depth of field, but it's a very good way to make your scenes look cinematic. Anyways, that's it for today's stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. I am slowly recovering. I can feel my throat getting worse because I've been talking too much, especially when I swallow. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to join the Discord if you want to talk to me off stream. And I will catch you guys when I feel like I want to stream next. I don't know if that's going to be tomorrow. I don't know if that's going to be the next day, but I'll try to write in chat to keep you guys updated. Bye. Bonk. And have a good rest of the day, mate. Have a good one, man. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.